It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Our spotlight is on Michael Pittman. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Colts and the Lions, and it's all up next.
Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old school,
here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, second in the league in passing a season ago.
When we sat down with him earlier in the week, Mike, as you would imagine, he wasn't exactly thrilled when we brought up the fact that he had 4 interceptions in last week's game. You could tell it was still on the top of his mind. He was still working to put it behind him. I think my biggest takeaway was just how excited he was to get back on the field and have a fresh start. And I think we want to see him get off to a fast start here early, get some easy completions, put last week behind him. If he can move forward and he can play to the level he's capable of, I think they're going to have a lot more success here in this one today.
Quick slant taken in by Amon-Ra. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Lions will punt this ball away. Anthony Gould deep for Indy. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Indianapolis led out by their quarterback, Anthony Richardson, the number 4 overall pick in 2023, had some highlight moments, but injured most of the year. Greg now in his 2nd year in the NFL out of Florida.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
That's another quick first down, and that's a 25-yard gain.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Richardson. He's got the big man, Mo Alley-Cox. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. To the goal line and in. Got down. Touchdown, Indy. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gage to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. As we check the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he is right up there among the best in the NFL. On first down, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Throwing, Richardson. Looking middle, and he's got downs. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Throwing is Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. The Colts about set to punt. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. No chance at all. He'll go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Williams in motion. Throwing on second down. Goff. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like, living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football when the situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. Able to find Pittman. It's complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. In motion comes Pittman. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
It is 3rd and 10. Now Richardson. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Richardson operating from the... Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The return starts from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Goff's going to throw here on 1st and 10. He's got Laporta open on the left side. First reception for the man who enters the week as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. This one, good for a first down. So after 1, It's the Colts out to the early lead. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get this up to the 44. He's tackled there by Kwity Paye. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Here we go, Doug, here we go.
2nd and a yard. Patrick motioning here. Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on time.
Game. Offense. Still second down.
On 2nd down, Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Lions first down.
Williams in motion. Goff to throw on first down. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson going to look to throw. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 33-yard line.
Give up the middle to Taylor. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front.
False start.
And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So now after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Richardson. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Nice first down pickup there by Sam Laporta, the second-year tight end out of Iowa. And you talk about having a breakout rookie campaign, Mike. I mean, to make the Pro Bowl as a rookie at the tight end position is no easy feat. You kind of burst onto the scene as the Lions found themselves in the NFC Championship. I had a chance this summer to spend some time with him at our TEU, kind of our tight end-only camp that I run with Kelsey and Kittle in Nashville. And seeing him work up close and personal, you can see why, even though he's a young player, he's had the level of success that he's had only 2 years now into his career.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing here is Goff. In trouble, and down he goes. Quiddy Hay bursting through to bring him down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll work his way forward to about the 21. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. His throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. He'll get this up close to a first down as he's stopped just shy of midfield. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. He gets this one complete to Pittman. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor. Complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
On first down, it's Richardson. He's got it at the 3. And he will get into the end zone. Mo Alley Cox. Touchdown, Colts.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The next drive about to get started. Before it does, while we take a look ahead at what's coming up this week, tonight, Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Rams. Great NFC battle at SoFi. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, it's the Ravens and Chargers also at SoFi Stadium. And we'll take a peek ahead now. Thanksgiving Day triple header starts with Bears-Lions in Detroit, Giants-Cowboys in Arlington, and a good one to wrap up the holiday. Dolphins and Packers from Lambeau Field. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. The Lions called their first timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. On first and 10, here's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. A second down throw for Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. And he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. The Colts got a strong first half from their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half.
As we get back underway here on EA Sports. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. On play action, Richardson got his man, it's Ogletree. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Richardson to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Richardson. That is caught by the tight end. Cox. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Lions offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He's able to get away from 1 man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate A call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump. Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
3rd and 6. To throw, it's Richardson. And try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action. Goff. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
Interesting strategy, play action on that down and distance. Remember, the threat of play action is all based on down and distance. That is a pass down all day, and the defensive line didn't even spend 1 second worrying about that play fake. They were in a race to the quarterback.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Lions are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing, Richardson. Throw on the run is complete. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
3rd and long. Now Richardson. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
The Colts about to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's gone. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, E.J. Speed.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. In motion comes Pittman. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Goff. Open man downfield. It's Laporta. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Goff to throw. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Lions will cut into that lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And this is going to be a Colts first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play.
Well, nothing doing here, Mike. And the key to stopping that on defense is you have to get them before they have a chance to get going. And that's exactly what they're able to do here. No gain, force the 4th down.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Lions offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Working free downfield, it is Williams. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. A 2nd down throw for Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on first down. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go play action with Goff. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Goff. It is brought in the end zone. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
His kick is good. Makes the score Colts 24, Lions 19.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Colts offense, running back Jonathan Taylor, set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
3rd and short, and you come up with a big stop, taking the ball carrier down for a loss. Now you put yourselves in a position to hopefully get the ball back and give your offense a chance to go down there and take the lead.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes. Generally, that is intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And they'll have a chance to put this one to bed. They begin 1st and goal. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
A loss of 2.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. Now Richardson. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Here's 2nd down. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. Crowd noise rises. Big play here. 3rd and 1. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up. But they convert on 4th and 1. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. The Lions called their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. There's that man again. Another catch. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. It all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So it's a win for the Colts. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.